Saxo Grammaticus, Gesta Danorum, Episode 3. He licet faventibus patriae votis regni dominio patierentur, redrumque summam ab aggregia fortitudinis merdrita assentientibus civium suffragiis obtene redregii tamen nominis expertes degebant, quies usum nulla tunc temperis apud nostros consuetudinem frequentabat auctoritas. These men, he, meaning Dan and Angul, although faventibus votis, with the approving vows or prayers of their fatherland, patriae, that's again the diphthong patriae, of their fatherland, they gained patierentur, the rule or dominion over the kingdom, regni. So this verb patierentur is an imperfect subjunctive, third plural, from the verb potior, which is a fourth conjugation deponent verb, potior, potiri, and it always takes the ablative of instrument, namely, in this instance, dominio. They gained control over the rule of the kingdom, and regni is in the neuter singular and genitive. So although they gained that, faventibus votis, these are ablatives, neuter plural ablative, with the approving prayers or consent of their fatherland, and they were holding, obtene, they were holding on to summam redrum, the best position of affairs, or the height of government, ab aggregia merdrita, on account of the distinguished or particular merits or values of their courage, fortitudinis, the outstanding rights of their courage. They were holding on to the summam, assentientibus suffragiis, with the assenting or agreeing votes or approval of the citizens. So here we have the second concessive clause. The first concession is licet potierentur, and then obtene. Now we get to the main clause with tamen. So although these two things were true, nevertheless, expertes regii nominis, they were living, degebant, conducting themselves, inexperienced or unfamiliar with the royal title, regii nominis. So although they gained the dominio correctly and held on to it because of their courage, fortitudinis, nevertheless, tamen, they were conducting themselves without making use of the royal title, regii nominis. In other words, they didn't use the name king. And Saxo will tell us in the next clause, which begins with a quies, why this is so. The use of which, namely the use of this title king, nulla auctoritas, no authority of custom, consuetudinem, tunc temporis, at that time, was common, frequentabat, among our people, apud nostros. So to take that apart a little further, we see that nulla is feminine singular nominative and modifies the subject, which is auctoritas, feminine singular nominative. Auctoritas is the subject of this imperfect indicative active third singular, frequentabat, and the object of frequentabat is usum, which has its dependent genitive quies, antecedent nominis, among our people, apud nostros, and finally, consuetudinem is feminine plural genitive. There was no auctoritas of custom, no lineage, privilege, precedent of custom among our people, tunc temporis, at that time. Temporis here is neuter, singular, and genitive, partitive. This is an artist's rendering of Absalon, Archbishop of Lund, who died in 1201 A.D. Saxo Grammaticus was said to be his secretary.